So now let's use the magic of a get value inner select. So far we had the if use bit reviews relation. Let's add an else statement here and say if we're using SQL, we'll add the SQL helper, SQL inner select helper, and we'll tell it to turn to get value our rate column based on the rate column from the exchange rate table using the filter and the order by that is used in the relation. So I'm going to copy those and put them here. So for this line, these three lines were replaced by this. For this line we need to do something similar, and we actually need to do it earlier. This is a relation descending. It's there to get the latest value, not the first value. This is why the order by is reversed. So we're going to do the same over here, but by telling it before we call the turn to get value, that the sort by date should be reversed. So this line over here is completely equivalent to this line over here. Let's run this and see what happens. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes and it would run. Yay. Let's review the profiler. We can see that there is no reference here to the exchange rates table. So if previously, when we started this process, the exchange rate table was accessed 2000 times and cost us 300 milliseconds, now the exchange rate doesn't even appear in our log, although we can see that the order details went a bit bigger than it was before. And that's because the inner select of the get value entered into its original select statement, which we can see over here, and we'll look at that in more depth in a different video. But for now, we will remove the different relation to get the exchange rate, and we were able to include it in the original select at minimum costs. So let's again recap how we've done that. So the first thing we've done is replace the usage of a real field with the use of a local field, this.rate. The next thing we've done is create an if use bitref to distinguish the code that will run when we're using bitref and the code that runs when we're not using bitref. Of course, if you're not using bitref, you can just delete this code. And the last step we've done is use the inner select helper. As we can see over here, we define the inner select. We defined the sort to be reversed, just like the original relation sort that was reversed. And we told the SQL, the inner select helper, to turn the rate column to a get value based on the exchange rate column from the exchange rate table based on this condition and this order by. Perfect.